I've been writing a journal for over 30 years. I don't know whatever got me started in all of this, but what I do know is that reading my own journals has been very helpful with the direction and redirection of my life. Since I wasn't writing a novel, my entries contain no embellishments, just my true thoughts and feelings as I was thinking and feeling them. Then at the start of a new year, as I'd reflect back upon my scribblings, I'd read about what problems I had encountered, what my actions were due to my problems, and what the outcome was due to my actions. Then I'd make the necessary changes to eliminate everything from my life that wasn't working for me.
Reading my journals has been tremendously helpful for me. It has enabled me to learn a lot about myself and help me identify patterns in my behavior that were both good and bad. Sometimes I'd grab a stack of journals and read back over the years and see where I just kept doing the same stupid shit over and over and over and getting the same results from it. And get a rude awakening and realize that this is just not working for me. Where if I had gone to a shrink or somebody was telling me that I make these mistakes and I'm doing something wrong, I wouldn't absorb it the same. I would maybe be in denial. It wouldn't have the same effect, but when it's my own words, and I'm seeing the results from my own actions, it really hits home. It wakes you up. But on the flip side of that coin, I would also read about my successes. And that came in many forms. Like, for example, I might write, one of these days I want to own a sawmill. One of these days I want to build a cabin and go live in the woods. One of these days I want to go to Alaska. One of these days I'd love to have a fully trained hunting dog, etc., etc. And then later on, I'm reading how I bought a sawmill, I built a cabin, I lived in the woods, I went to Alaska, I became a professional artist, I had a crackerjack gun dog. All of these things that I used to dream about materialized. And it builds a confidence in you. And it makes you realize you can do anything you want, you can have anything you want. And as I read through the pages, I see that none of it came overnight. None of it was ever given to me. I never won anything in an auction. It wasn't handed down to me. I didn't inherit it. Nothing like that. I got it on my own. And I got it in baby steps. And with sacrifice, and lots of sacrifice. Where some things that I wanted that might have been an elaborate purchase, I had to give up some of my other possessions. Put some things up for sale, sell a property, sell ATV, sell some of my stuff, sell guns, sell whatever, so I could get the money to go forward with another dream. And trade in one thing for another. And everything was like a stepping stone, but stepping in the right direction. So it's been a very valuable tool for me. Now, I often wrote in my journals when my emotions were at their peak, whether I was really happy or excited about something, or really sad or angry about something. And I just spilled it out to my pages. And again, I wasn't writing a novel, so there wasn't any embellishments. It was just my true thoughts and feelings just pouring onto the paper. Some people will air their dirty laundry on Facebook or go run their mouth to their friends about what might be going on in their life that's disturbing them at that time. I didn't do that. I wrote to my own books here, which I could reflect on later on. And it taught me a lot about myself and really, really helped me steer my life in the right direction. I'm so glad that I took the time to document every step of my evolution like I have. It's very valuable information for me. It's like a guidebook for me. Really is. Because I would see where, I was really mad and I used to act out of impulse and overreact too soon and act on the spur of the moment, on the spur of emotion. I'm really mad right now, so I'm going to go act out right now. And it always caused problems. There was always backlash. It never once worked in my favor. But when I could see that I kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and getting the same results, I smartened up. So now I don't generally act out. If somebody pisses me off, something pisses me off, I don't act out. I let the dust settle, let myself collect my thoughts, and then react if I feel it necessary. And it's been a really cool thing for me. And journaling has been just the best guidebook for my life. And I'm going to continue to do so. And whatever happens to them when I pass away, I don't know. My whole life is written down. I got a stack of them, I'll tell you that. I start every day from the ground up.
At 17 below, a vapor cloud forms when the heat of the cabin meets the cold winter air. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Nice way to wake you up. It's invigorating. My hot coffee, cold air, cold dry air, beautiful sunrise, lots of chickadees, peace and quiet. Look at the way it's shining on the wood pile. I like the morning sun shining on the wood pile there. Looks kind of cozy, don't it?
The air is crisp, clean smelling. Oh, invigorating, you know. Hot coffee, cold, clean, crisp air, dry. I wonder how many people don't even notice the sunrise this morning. Maybe they're just getting up and rushing around. Rush, rush, rush. What a way to start a day.
I wouldn't want to be looking out over a city. You know, I don't see the beauty in that. A lot of people, they look out their office window or from their high-rise apartment and go, oh, what a beautiful view. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I'm glad that some people find that attractive. Because if everybody wanted to live in the woods, there wouldn't be any woods left. Man, let's live in that.
What a place to wake up to, you know? You know what I mean?
I'm going to go ahead and cook up some venison backstrap here. Just a little quick kind of stir fry thing. Maybe have some rice or potatoes or something with it. Very simple to do. Generally, I like to pound the meat out with a tenderizing mallet. I don't have one here at the cabin. It's not that it's really necessary. It's just when you use a tenderizing mallet on it, it really makes it nice and tender, nice and soft. You know, cut it with your fork kind of thing. So, but I don't have one here. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this up, mince up some garlic, make a tasty little treat for supper here. Yeah.
I'm just going to slice up some backstrap, Anybody who doesn't hunt might not be familiar with what a backstrap is, but it's actually the round piece of meat that you see in a pork chop. Because what a pork chop is you have that long skinny bone, which is part of the rib cage, and then the thick piece would be half of the spine. But I bone out my deer. And then I freeze it this way, and it allows me to do whatever I want with it. And in this one here, I'm going to cut up thin. So I just like to cut this in very thin slices, like that there. After I got my meat cut up, nice thin pieces there, I'm going to mince up some garlic here. Yep. If you crush it like that a little bit, the skin comes right off. Yeah, just mince up a little garlic here. Nothing like fresh garlic. I don't always put onion in here. Most of the time it's just the garlic with the meat and the seasoning. But sometimes I do. So I'm going to do it tonight. So I got a cast iron pan here on a medium-high heat. A little olive oil there. I'm just using my own blend here, which is Uncle Jim's Frontier Steak Seasoning. Of course, you know, use whatever you like, your favorite steak seasoning there. Throw in that garlic and the onion for a bit. I get a head start. Just like to brown this up just a little bit. Oh, it smells good already. Now that that's had a little bit of a head start, browned up just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and throw my meat in here. There's no real set recipe that I follow when I do it this way. Sometimes I just use the garlic and the spices. Sometimes I throw onions, sometimes I throw some peppers. Sometimes I make a full-fledged stir-fry with it, with water chestnuts and pea pods and all kinds of things. It's just a simple method of stir-frying up some backstrap, and it's really good. It's very tasty, and I like it cold too. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn these around and stir-fry them around. I like to cook at a fairly high heat, like a medium high, but not so hot to where I'm scorching my garlic and my onions. I don't want it to dry out. I want it to sear and retain its juices, and this stuff looks just about right. That's some good eats right there. And some rice right here. Now this is the nice young buck that they took this year. It's going to be some really good table fare. Yeah, man. Nice chow right there, man. Oh, look at that stuff. Yeah. And some rice. Okay. Smells good. Looks good. Time for supper. Just out for a little walkabout. Kind of ate a bit too much for supper. Just out walking it off a little. I really like being in the winter woods at night, especially when it's really, really cold out like it is tonight. I didn't check the thermometer, but it's probably around 10 below right now, I guess. It's supposed to get down to around minus 20, I think, tonight. Just beautiful out. The stars are just incredible. The winter night sky is just always incredible. You don't see the stars like this in the city, you know. You don't. And what I like in the winter, like even out here in the woods, I can still see the stars because there's no leaves on the trees. There's no mosquitoes or anything, you know. You go out in the woods in the summer and it's just horrible at night. The bugs are crazy. But it's interesting tonight because of coyotes. I got coyotes howling. Listen to them. Listen to that. They're not far from me, man. I've got, sounds like one or two close by, real close, and then others in the distance. Listen. It's pretty wild, huh? Pretty crazy.
I don't worry about it. I don't worry about them, but it's just interesting, though, when you're out in the woods at night by yourself, you know, and you got that real close to you. Yeah. So I'm going to trek for a while, go in, have a cup of tea, just be a bum. I deserve it. Yeah. I'm so scared right now.